dad's Smoke Blue, 1991, 190 E 2.0. Diesel is sitting outside the Yeso station like it's Miami Beach, battery half dead from the radio. Block heater cord chewed by a lynx the week before, and that stubborn little OM601 fires on the third crank like it's flipping the finger to physics. I'm 14, snot frozen to my lip, watching white smoke pour out the tailpipe thick enough to hide a moose, and I swear, in that moment, I fell in love forever. That car didn't just start tit, declared war on winter and won. Fast forward 27 years, and I still get goosebumps thinking about the W201 chassis. This is the list, no particular order, just the 7 that refuse to die. Told the only way I know how, like, we're both under the hoist at 2 a.m., with a case of lucky and too many stories. Number 1, the one that started the cult. The 190E 2.3 216, Cosworth, Stuttgart, looked at BMW's upcoming M3 and said, "Hold my schnapps." They called up Cosworth, slapped a twin-cam 16-valve head on the M102, and birthed a wolf in a 3-piece suit. Factory 185 horsepower, felt like 300 on the road because the thing weighed less than a modern compact. I drove one on the old Autobahn A81 in 2009. Rain coming down sideways. Wipers on intermittent because full speed couldn't keep up and hit 240 km per hour with the rev counter kissing redline in fifth like it was Sunday stroll. The owner, some retired Lufthansa pilot, just grinned and said the car is still warming up. I nearly proposed to him. 2. The 190D 2.5. Turbo. 5 cylinders of pure Canadian folklore. These things were taxis in Helsinki, school buses in Greece, and daily drivers in Nunavut. I personally know one known by a trapper named Ray, up near Great Slave Lake that's rolled past 1.6 million kilometers. Still on the original turbo. Still on the original clutch. Ray changes oil with whatever 15W40 is on sale at Canadian Tire and laughs when people talk about defective glow plugs. Car starts at -52, every single time. Try that with your EV buddy. 3. The sleeper that still embarrasses M-Bucks cars. The 190E 2.6 Sportline. Red badge, manual boxers if you were lucky, lowered suspension, thicker sway bars, and that buttery M103 inline 6. Looks like your accountant's ride until you drop the hammer, and it just goes. I had a black-on-black 93 with 140,000 kilometers. Bought it for $6,000 in 2014. First snowy corner I took at 80 kilometers per hour. The thing just hooked up and laughed. No traction control. No nanny. Just perfect 50/50ths weight and a chassis tuned by gods who clearly hated understeer. Sold it last year for $22,000 and cried harder than when my dog died. 4. The homologation monsters. 195 Evolution I and 2. Evo I still looks subtle until you notice the flares. Evo 2, pure Group A, refugee, adjustable, rear wing, dog ring gearbox if you got the factory kit, and only 502 road cars. I saw one in the metal at the Mercedes Museum in 22 and honestly felt like I was staring at Excalibur. A buddy in Munich owns a silver Evo 2 with 19,000 kilometers. He starts it once a month, lets it idle for 10 minutes, and shuts it off. I told him he's committing a sin. He told me to mind my own business. We're still friends. Barely. 5. The Forgotten Hero. The base 190E 2.0 carbureted model you only find in Portugal and northern Saskatchewan. 105 horsepower. Top speed maybe 185 if the wind's behind you and you believe hard enough. But the engine is basically indestructible. The body is galvanized like a battleship, and parts cost less than a Timmy's run. My neighbor's 86 still has the original floor mats. Original exhaust, original everything except the driver's seat bolster because his wife is 4 feet 10 and apparently made of elbows. 6. The 190D 2.2 turbo that everyone calls the tractor. 72 horsepower new, maybe 68 now, after 35 years of abuse. But 50 mpg highway, a turning circle tighter than a politician's promise, and the ability to idle for 3 days straight in a snowbank while keeping the cab warm. I used one as a generator during the 2013 Calgary flood. Hooked a 5,000-watt inverter to the alternator and ran the neighbor's sump pump for 48 hours straight. Car didn't even overheat. Try that with a Tesla. And 7. Alright, lean in close, because most people have never heard this story. In 1990, Mercedes built 10 dual-motor electric 190Es for the city of Berlin's test fleet. Sodium-sulfur batteries the size of fridges, one in the trunk, one where the engine used to be. 0 to 100 in 11 seconds felt glacial, even then. But the range was supposedly 200 kilometers in summer. They painted them taxi beige so nobody would notice. After the program ended, Mercedes crushed 8 of them to hide the data. 2 survived. One is in the museum under lock and key. The other disappeared. Some guy in Norway claims he has it in a barn. Papers, badges, the whole deal. I've seen grainy photos. If it's real, It's the holy grail, the car that predicted the future in 1990 and got punished for it. These 7 variants all share the same magic: over-engineered everything. Crankshafts balanced like watch movements. Doors that close with that bank vault thunk. Dashboards that haven't cracked since Reagan was president. You can weld a cracked subframe with a coat hanger and it'll still outhandle a new Golf R. Parts are stupid cheap. The aftermarket is full of maniacs making 600 horsepower swaps. And every single one of these cars is still worth more today than 10 years ago. I'm 39 now, got a mortgage, a bad knee, and a garage that smells like ATF and regret. But every time I fire up my ratty 89190E 2.6 faded anthracite paint, cracked dash, 487,000 kilometers on the clock, I'm 14 again, riding shotgun with my old man, while the world disappears under a cloud of OM601 smoke. So tell me something, right now in the comments, the one old Mercedes you'd crawl through broken glass to own, the one that keeps you up at 3 a.m., scrolling Marketplace with a flashlight under the blanket like a teenager. Because these cars aren't just metal and rust. They're proof that once upon a time, somebody built something to last forever. And damn it, they succeeded. Now go hug your Benz or go buy one. I'll wait. See you in the next one, eh? Keep the shiny side up and the diesel clattering.